Well, while Hugh's just rolling a cigarette, this seems like a good time to give a content warning for this particular project. There may be some effing and jeffing, some coarse language that the young ones might not want to hear.
Hey, Rob, they just like old friends. Old friends never tastes this good. I heard that.
Welcome to The Daily Grind.
Episode 4 of The Daily Grind.
Episode 4. I'm your host, Hudson.
And I'm the co-host. sorry, sub-host.
He just does the editing stuff, don't worry about it.
I'm just here because it's my iPad. Sorry, microphone. Definitely, this is a professional outfit. We use like microphones and computers. It's definitely not
Photoshop.
Yeah, it's definitely not my iPad.
Anyway, to kick it off, Theo, I was a lot more positive about this watch, I think. A lot more positive than yesterday. I was hating on it yesterday.
Yeah, you were working till like 10:30 yesterday though.
Yeah, true that. So today, I was in a positive mood. I enjoyed it. You know, actually, fuck it. I enjoyed it today. What was your viewing experience?
Yeah, it was good. It was almost, I feel like we're not focusing so much on the film because all the bits that we know so well already, we can just kind of chat through and then just chuckle halfway through a sentence because you're getting the joke that you're listening to.
It's
but you can carry on the conversation because it's so second nature.
Sure.
It's only day 4, man.
But do you reckon just forget that we've watched it in the past? Do you reckon we've watched it more than anyone else in the world already?
I reckon we had before. Now we're just slamming the record home.
I enjoyed the watch today and a bit more positive about it.
I've been taking notes.
I've been taking notes.
You got serious about this viewing.
We'll get onto the notes. I was enjoying the film today. I think the feel-good aspect makes the film easier to watch.
Yeah, it's nothing too offensive apart from Eric being a fucking
little...
That's a weeb the whole time.
Okay, so I think that's a good point to start off with. I've re-evaluated my position on Matt. I'm starting to dig Matt a bit. Like, yeah, he's an annoying guy, but he's just a dude. He's just a bit of a dude.
Day dot, have you? No, he's just trying to get down.
Exactly, he's
just trying to have
down.
fun.
Yeah,
he's just trying to have fun in bizarre, unsociable ways.
But today I enjoyed watching Matt's antics, and I think I'm just hating on Eric more and more, day by day.
Yeah, the more I watch it, like we talked about Eric a lot yesterday.
We did,
so we shouldn't talk about too much, but the more I watch it, the
yeah.
more his character like grinds on me.
Something I would like to do. Now tell me your honest opinion.
Yeah.
I know we're not going to do it this episode, but I would like to sort of do a little dig into the background of these characters. Discuss our theories on these characters. I've just put this on you, so it's unfair to do this now, but I would like to give that a go, because I think there's some interesting shit. Sweet Lou, Matt...
I can't remember if we discussed my little fan theory about Sweet Lou's sunglasses. I think we have.
We did, yeah.
We touched
it
for sure.
Did, Matt. Yeah,
but I think Matt's hat has a lot of symbolic value in the film.
Matt's hat.
Because when he takes off his hat...
And Matt's cat.
He's Fuck off. The cat.
Matt's a rat.
Who sat on the mat. The cat ate the rat. Who fingered the twat.
And then Matt wore the hat to skate the bowl.
I've got a film theory, man.
Alright, no.
Man. I'm talking like them.
Dude, now I'm digging it, man.
It's breaking into my vocabulary.
Shall I tell you what's sad as fuck there? This is so bad. Like, I'm not obsessed with the film yet, but I find myself fucking thinking about the film. So, to give
what we've watched the last 4 days.
Exactly, it is.
This is the only professional media, like, bar YouTube.
Yeah, guys.
We don't have time for anything else.
We're gonna have to come up with some wafty fucking timescales. As soon as work's not so busy for my girlfriend, she's gonna be like, bruv, you're fucking watching this film every day, you dickhead. What the fuck are you doing? But at the moment it's cool. So I find myself...
For now, so we can keep recording.
For now, I find myself thinking about the film. The films? Like,
There's a sequel.
Sorry, I I find myself thinking about the film way more than I think I should. Like, I was having a shower,
And
and
you're like, hey down, hey down, hey down, hey down. I've been all around the world.
I was having a shower, and I'm sitting there just quoting things to myself like a fucking maniac. Quoting these bits of movie from fucking Grind 2003, Eric Rivers, Pro Skater.
I think that's a big part of, I don't know, maybe the charm of this film is it feels very 90s. You know,
I don't know,
when it was okay to,
Yeah, go on.
like Friends style, take the piss out of homosexuality and just hit on girls. Every girl
It's on
that
that,
gets hit
yeah.
on
Yeah, yeah.
isn't wearing a bra and you can see her nipples.
True that. Right, do you think that's a good segue for the list?
I think you should let me discuss my fan theory quickly because you shut me down.
Sure. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, go on.
So
Sorry,
Matt
man.
and his hat. You can see why you shut me down. But let me finish. Every time he's being like open and fun, he's taking his hat off. You know,
Matt.
Yeah, he whips his hat off.
Oh, dude, sorry, I was getting confused with Dustin. Right, Matt. Yeah, Matt and his hat.
Yeah, no, Dustin's only has one hat. He wears one onesie. No, Matt and his hat, and he puts it on whenever he's been like shut down. He puts on his hat. When they head into clown college, he puts on his hat.
Yeah.
When he's stepping in dog poo, he's wearing his hat. But when he sees Bob Burnquist, he's like, "What's up, baby?" Matt Jensen whips off his hat. He's down to party.
We've spoken about Sweet Lou's entrance. We've spoken about Dustin's entrance.
I think
Shall
we've
we
spoken
speak?
about, I think,
Have
have
we
we spoken about Matt's?
I don't think we have, man. So,
Okay.
let's introduce Matt. He's the crazy one of the bunch. He's the sort of out there, wacky sort of guy.
If I were an armchair psychologist, with like clearly
Fucking-
ADHD or something.
Nutcase, man. So the introduction to Matt is Eric and Dustin are skating back from, I guess, graduation?
Yeah, they've just been at the graduation,
Yeah.
and they've just gotten back to Eric's house,
Mhm,
and they're discussing. Or
Going-
Eric's trying to pressure Dustin into spending all his money to go on a road trip.
Well, he's not talking about money at that stage, is
No,
he? He's just
but
trying
like,
to
come
get
on
him
the
to
road
go on a
trip. He's
road
like,
trip.
no, I'm
yeah.
saving money for college.
That's right, yeah. And so then we go, then it just cuts to...
Detroit.
Woo! Woo! And what it is Matt is...
He's doing like a caveman.
Matt is...
Cute.
Gone on quiet.
Yeah,
So-
no, we need to be able to hear this.
So Matt is jumping off of the
Little
roof.
like roofy veranda-y type thing.
Yeah. Of Eric's dad's house into the swimming pool.
He does
And
that
he
little
does like
caveman.
crazy sounds,
Yeah.
into the swimming pool. Now, let's interject here, which is another great little bit. Shooter McGavin, people, who is Happy Gilmore. Come on.
Yeah, Eric's dad.
Right. Eric's dad comes out. Matt's just dove into the pool. Eric's dad comes out. And Theo, take it away.
Dudes, get the moron out the pool.
Which has become a little favourite of ours as
I
of
think
late
so.
today.
I think it just tickles. The more I see it, the funnier it gets.
He's definitely the most famous person in the film. Dudes, get the moron out of the pool. So yeah, that's Matt's entrance. So he's a bit of a crazy, wacky character.
And if we're talking about Matt's, if we've spoken about Sweet Lou's at the skate park,
Yeah, well,
so
I think we
those,
touched
those
on
cute
it,
little
yeah.
Betties.
Yeah,
It just is Tuesday. You should see Friday.
What is it? Different area codes.
Go across country. I got pros. I got pros.
What's the line, man? Yeah, you know what that means. Yeah.
No.
No.
What's that mean?
So I've got a little thing about Sweet Lou. Do you know Matthew
Yeah,
McConaughey?
I know you've got a thing for Sweet Lou. So we've all got a thing for Sweet Lou.
So I've got,
It's Sweet Lou singer.
I've got a thing for Sweet Lou. You know Matthew McConaughey?
Um,
Do you know who that is?
I definitely know the name. I'm sure I recognise him.
All right, I'm going to fill in while Theo looks him up on the internets right now. So Matthew McConaughey is
Matthew McConaughey.
That's Siri. Matthew
No,
McConaughey.
it's Apple's talk to speech function,
Oh,
which
so-
is great, by the way. All the
Okay.
dyslexic out there don't know how to spell a word.
So do you know that guy?
Yeah.
Do you know him? I think Sweet Lou's based on him a little bit. Like Matthew McConaughey's like a Southern American.
Is he
very
very,
like he's like all right sort of guy, and I think Sweet Lou's sort of based off him. So I think that's a good description because Sweet Lou's a fly guy, from the south, very like.
Oh well, no, I kind of assume they're all from Chicago. Like maybe he's based on.
He's got a little southern accent, man.
Yeah, but we've discussed continuity, and we've noticed many more continuity errors on this viewing.
Shit.
So, like,
Holy
he could be
shit.
from fucking Britain and still be from Chicago, you know?
I think, shall we, chuck me a beer, man. Cheers, bro. We should do an episode dedicated to the continuity errors, because I think we could fill an episode.
I think with a pen and pad, we probably...
Yeah, so
Speaking of...
that's coming up.
Yeah, should we go into your list?
Right, my list. So shall we start off with the drinking game?
Yeah, go on.
So I'm down for this to be torn apart because it's ridiculous. I'm half drunk when I wrote this, and it's just ridiculous. So would you want me to do blast through it, or shall we go through it one by one?
Let's go through it one by one.
One by one. Right, so this is my grind drinking game.
For you people that have only watched Grind once, and then are listening to this.
Yeah, exactly. So
Got
zero.
something to make the second watch that much more enjoyable.
Nice, I like that. So my drinking game is... So we're just assuming every rule is take a sip when.
Yeah.
So,
Take a finger.
Take a finger.
Not up the bumhole.
each their own, Theo. Each their own. So, if you took a finger up the bum hole for each one of my fucking rules, you'd be done for, mate. That's...
Split open
Anyway.
like a goddamn...
Forget fingers up the bum hole. This...
I can't!
This is more important. This is the daily grind. Right, so Theo. Right, take a drink.
Yep.
Board slide.
I think Jamie's...
I think I wrote that because of Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie does, like... The one scene you see Jamie skating, she does 4 tricks, 3 of them are board slides.
Yeah. There's a fair few board slides, isn't there?
There's a fair few.
Okay.
Other characters do hit it up. It's a staple trick. But not
Okay.
super duper. It's not super duper skates.
It's not super duper skates. Coming up, every time they pick up their board like a spaz. Now, Theo, they say spaz in the film, so...
Yeah. Context.
Context. Every time they pick up their board like a spaz, you'd be drinking all day.
I mean, we talked a little bit yesterday about... I still skate, but Hudson used to skate as well. Like, we both...
I'm too fat now.
You can tell... I'm glad you said it. You can tell...
I slammed a pack of Doritos yesterday.
And you're still feeling ashamed.
I'm fat because I eat, and I eat because I'm fat. So...
So stop taking the piss, guys. Like,
Now can we talk about how these guys pick up their balls like a spaz?
yeah, I'm trying to get there, Hudson. You keep talking about how fat you are.
Yeah, go on.
So you can just tell, like, they mishit it. They carry it around. They do like the mall shop carry, holding the truck to carry around your board. And I don't know why, but that's just like a newbie way to do it. They fail on multiple occasions to stop or pick up their boards in a remotely dignified fashion.
It's
because
just-
you can tell they don't really skate. Like, I think Sweet Lou, the actor that plays Sweet Lou, did used to skate, but I think he's the only one.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't clock that. I'll keep a lookout for that tomorrow. So yeah, interesting. So this one is debatable because it's fucking ridiculous, people. Is every time they say dude.
Oh my god. We got
And
10 minutes into the film and they said dude like 24 times.
Yeah, no kidding. They say dude all the time. Every time they kick flip.
I
I think that's fair.
I think it's fair because I counted today.
Oh, look.
And they did 6 kickflips throughout the whole entire film.
Yeah, that's a fair.
It's a skate film and they did 6 kickflips.
That's a fair cop. Right, so sorry, may I just go back?
Yeah.
Every time they say dude,
Yep.
I've drawn a little arrow that says ridiculous. Because I think we watched the first scene and I was like, no, that's...
I don't know if it's
That's
Greg.
ridiculous.
I think in previous episodes I thought his name was Jeff, but his name is Greg, the first skate shop owner we come across of Wasted Youth. It's Greg.
Yeah, he just keeps saying dude all
He
the
says
time.
dude a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I didn't really pay much attention to it.
I
for the
think
rest of
it's
the film.
just part of their vocabulary.
I mean, yeah, it's part of our vocabulary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, dude, whatever.
Dude.
So I said here, this must be sort of a in-joke context thing. Every time Bam tells a lie,
Oh,
is that a little in-joke?
I said that because in that scene in the skate shop where he's trying to get some decks and Greg goes, which one do you want? I don't care, man. They're all the same shape.
Right, you're only drinking once. Every time
I don't know.
Bam tells a lie.
Because when we see Bam... When else do we see Bam?
He's in the film an awful
Yeah, he's in
lot.
the party.
I would say,
but you don't talk to him at all.
he's in a lot of scenes. Because he's skating a couple jams.
Murking off Jamie. Don't think he really lies there though. He's just
It's debatable.
being a bit obnoxious.
So this isn't the...
That was just that one line that prompted that.
Exactly, yeah. I've written a lot of random shit here.
So just have a drink with Bam. You see Bam, that first scene, just have a drink.
This is the finalised list. We'll come up with a finalised list for next weekend and we can use that.
Next weekend, only what, 13 viewings in?
Every continuity error. Again,
Oh my god.
something that needs to be...
You'll walk out with alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. Alright, let's just move on from that. That needs to be reviewed.
Especially if we're going to do like a special episode for the continuity errors, because...
I think I'm onto a good one here. So I'm already going to say I'm going to cut every time Bam tells a lie, because that's just, I just wrote that down. Every time they say, so they being the cast, they say Bam.
Bam, Bam!
Dude, they talk about Bam a lot.
Back in 2003 particularly, he was like one of the top names in skateboarding, next to like Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, fucking Brian Summers, the skater in the film.
So you're going to be drinking a lot then, because they say Bam an awful lot.
I don't know, Bam's only in like 3 scenes, but...
Even when they're walking, so the scene that we were just talking about Matt Jensen's introduction, where he dives into the pool, they mention Bam.
Do they?
Yeah.
What do they...
Because Eric is retrospectively talking about how Bam came into the shop.
Greg just tossed him a handful of his dicks.
Yeah, that's right. So,
That's right.
That's right.
Love you, Tim. We love you.
Shout out to our Made podcast. Okay, every time, Theo touched on this earlier, every time you can see a girl's nipples through her shirt.
Which, as I said, yeah, it's every girl you come across. Every girl that they're hitting on.
Yeah, I think that's a fair rule, man. I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
Right, every time Chili and Such is mentioned, I think, again...
That's a fair cop.
So, we've spoken about Chili and Such, have we?
Yeah,
So
I think so.
the
They're fictional fast food, like chili train. They're fictional fast food chili chain. Try saying that drunk.
Try saying it sober, which we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, every time they say super duper.
Super duper. That's not even that much. A couple
So,
of times.
that's what I mean.
It's interspersed throughout the film, though. I think that's fair.
I think that's a fair rule. Every time Sweet Lou ducks out.
Oh, okay.
What's that, like 3-4 times, maybe?
It's all the important times.
All the important
When any
times.
kind of manual labour has to be done.
You think that's a fair rule? I think that's a fair rule.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I know he does it, but I keep missing the time he ducks out when they get kicked out of the club.
I think that's like
That's the best one.
it's a pro level spot.
I
Yeah.
keep doing it. So every time Matt makes a stupid noise, and he does that.
That was actually I cut that from the movie. That wasn't me.
So that's an example from the movie.
Lou, but boo, but banner.
He does it. He does it a lot. He does it a lot, doesn't he? And it's quite fucking annoying, actually.
Yeah, again, it's the ADD.
Right, Theo, I've got one for you here. This is every time someone pushes Mongo. So I'm
Did
gonna
you spot that much?
I'm gonna let Theo take it away. Theo, explain what pushing Mongo is.
Okay, so when you're pushing Mongo, you push with your front foot. So if you're regular and you're skating left foot forwards, you would take your left foot off the board to push, which is kind of frowned upon in skateboarding.
Because only cops push Mongo.
Only cops push Mongo, and you have a bit less control of the board, especially when you're coming up to like some like rail or stair set or something. But like longboarders, a stair set. Sean Connery, our special guest on the podcast.
Oh, sorry guys, we didn't mention we had Sean Connery on the podcast. So Sean, when would you push Mongo?
Well, not when I'm coming up to a stair set.
So you might push Mongo when you come up to a stair set?
But definitely not. You want the most control you can have.
That's sorry, pardon me.
In longboarding circles, I don't think it's frowned upon as much. You see a lot of like good longboarders that push Mongo because they just never learned not to, because they weren't teased and bullied as children.
They're fucking cops.
Yeah, fucking narcs.
Right, do we want to hear about my notes? I think,
Well,
I think
Hudson,
it'd be... Yeah.
I introduced the dare I say segment to talk about your notes, and you just give me an A4 sheet of fucking drinking rule.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, I think we're ready for your notes.
Right. Well, I'm counting that as a note, so let's...
No. It was that was
So, guys, I think... so when you watch a film X amount of times, Theo, you can agree with me here, you watch it and you miss things that you want to mention, you know. But by day fucking 30, I think we'll squeeze this film fucking dry, but we'll see what happens when we
It's
get there.
day 4, and I'm not sure we can get much more out of it.
So now I've written notes.
We've been talking about taking notes to try and make this a professional operation.
So, shall we go from most interesting to least interesting, or vice versa?
Have you got that? Have you written them in that order?
Dude, I've got notes. I've got notes for
Yeah.
days.
But are they...
I haven't written them in that order, but I've got a mental sort of note.
Okay, whatever you think.
All right. So I'll stop cracking the paper now.
Save me
My
fucking heat
favourite
working
note
this.
is, so what I've written is Clown College, a time filler. And I've underlined filler, Theo, for your eyes only.
Yeah.
Have I underlined filler?
You haven't,
I do
please.
something when I'm writing something quick and I need to remember. I underline the last line. It's a really weird thing that I do. So, Clown College, a time filler. Ladies and gentlemen, or no one, what...
Probably that.
What?
It's episode 4, man. If we've got anyone still holding on.
What I mean by that is today watching the scene that we have spoken about, I believe it was yesterday, where Matt meets his parents at Clown College after they've sort of up shit creek. They need a place to stay, a place to wash, so they go and meet Matt's parents at Clown College. I thought today that scene was a real filler.
And
It doesn't
also-
make sense, and it's just a filler.
To coincide with my worst point of the film today is the sudden shift in Sweet Lou's character arc.
Again, filler.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. It seems like the whole segment goes into tackle 2 points. Like Matt reconvening with his parents and Sweet Lou falling in love, and they just about I'll give it to the film. They just about pull off Matt reuniting with his parents and coming off with a more positive relationship from it.
It's so unnecessary, though.
It is unnecessary. You don't need it in the film.
No, yeah.
Apart from for Matt to have a shower and change his clothes.
And
But the thing that
Sweet Lou.
Yeah, the worst bit of the film for me today is the pointless destruction of this character you've built. Or not even pointless destruction, it's poorly executed change in character. It's like Sweet Lou is bound to fall in love. She's bound to be a one-woman lady at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But they do it in such a half-assed way.
Very half-assed, yeah. Very half-assed.
It's like, I've definitely said this before. Here's a reasonably hot girl who gives him some sass. And he's like, I think Sweet Lou's done playing the field.
So I think, did you say that about the sash yesterday? I think that might have been yesterday. And I just did not give a fuck yesterday, so I was sort of a bit like, oh, what is Theo talking about? But today I realised it. I'm in a better mood, and today I sort of realised what you were talking about. So I think that may have been why I put down Clown College, because I think it's a filler scene because of the reasons you just said about Sweet Lou, and
Yeah.
I think they probably got to a point where it's like, dude, the film. Dude, drink. I think they got to a point where they're like, the film's like an hour and 10. Let's chuck a fucking 10-minute scene in here. I don't know. I didn't dig that scene at all. I really don't dig that scene.
We talked about in the first episode where we didn't remember that from our ute.
Yeah, go on.
But I don't think it's quite filler. I think it's more a lazy tying up of loose ends. I put it down more to lazy writing.
What, just chuck that scene in there and...
But honestly, I think the only thing that they need to do is give them a way to get to Santa Monica. And they could have literally just as easily, and saved us that whole scene, hopped in Jamie's car, gone straight to that Santa Monica, bish bash bosh. And you could have lost that whole Clown College scene, and I'm not sure the movie would have lost much.
Yeah, I totally agree. So do you agree with me about my Clown College filler? I read my own word wrong there. Again,
Yeah, I think it's tying up loose ends.
Just in a not necessary not very good way. Shall we talk about a couple other points on my list, or shall I hit the listeners with some stats quickly? Because I've got some interesting stats about the coronavirus situation.
Okay, no, let's just hit a little bit more of the list.
Hit a little bit more of the list? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so on my list I have... I think this is just... So I'm going to say today this was my favourite bit of the film, because I just quite enjoyed it, is in Chile and Such, Dustin has to go into the toilet to clean a whole load of poop, a whole load of shit. It's...
Bucket loads
of shit. So the manager says, oh, someone's dropped a big one in there or something. And then Dustin sort of makes a joke, and the manager's like...
Is it a tall guy with glasses, perhaps?
Yeah, which we'll talk about, because I don't think we've touched on him before. And
the best character.
Yeah, exactly, one of the best characters. The manager's he's a job's worth. He's doing his job, though. He's a job's worth, but he tells
job's worth for Chile and such.
Dustin to go clean up the shit. And Eric sort of taking the piss out of him, because they both work at Chile and such.
Make sure you wear gloves.
Yeah, Eric sort of taking the piss. And then the manager turns around and says, oh, there's a birthday party at table 3, I think it is. No,
I want to say 6, but...
Okay, we'll check that out tomorrow. There's a birthday party at either, whatever table, and he's like, you gotta wear the bean suit. And Eric is like, someone's like crushed his soul.
Yeah,
this is the best acting from Eric.
Yeah, this is the best bit of acting he does. And it's like someone...
So the manager's
castrated his puppy.
The manager's like, birthday party at table X, you've got to wear the bean suit. And Eric's soul is crushed. It's the best fucking acting in the film.
It looks like Jimmy Wilson's come along taking a turd on his fucking mum.
It looks like he's about to cry, doesn't it? So anyway, cut. Next scene is... Don't cut that, Theo. Next scene is...
Thanks for the editing note. I was just going to cut and just not listen to the rest.
Next scene is he is at the birthday party wearing the bean suit, which is one giant sort of kidney bean.
Yeah.
And he says...
With a cowboy hat. and a sheriff badge.
So it's a way oversized thing, and he's touching the cowboy hat, and he says, hi, I'm Sheriff Bean. And I enjoyed that part.
So is that where this was going? That was your top bit of the film.
Shall we blitz through the other notes?
Yeah,
Shall we just blitz through them?
Yeah, go on.
Alright.
Hudson's notes, by the way, were written on a sheet of paper I formerly used for a fantastic pub quiz I had just taken part in.
So, Theo, how did it... We'll get on to pleasantries after this.
Yeah.
So I've written, and I know exactly what I'm talking about, again... Matt's entry scene, which I won't go over again. So Eric says when he's walking through the alley to the back of his garden with Dustin, he says Matt really knows which way is up, and then he does that.
Matt deceives you. Matt really knows which way is up.
And then Matt does that crazy dive, blah blah blah. I disagree. I don't think Matt knows which way is fucking up, down, left or right. I think Matt's a cooked guy who's just making weird noises, and I don't think he knows which way is up. That's my feeling about Matt.
I think he was cast as almost like the comic relief of the film, which he fulfills to some certain extent. And maybe that's why they felt the need to have the clown college scene to give him some like serious, bona fide character arc, which wasn't coming. No one saw it coming. No one expected it. No one wanted it. But at least he took a shower, and now girls will look at him.
Yeah, so I don't think he knows which way is up at all, personally. Any notes I have, ladies and gents, we'll move on to in the next episode, I think. I would quite like to talk about some stats there, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Day 4 of the lockdown.
Day 4 of the lockdown.
Day 4 of the daily grind.
Day 4 of the daily grind. Something I would quite like to speak about. Unfortunately, I missed it yesterday. So yesterday was the...
Thursday, 26th.
Thursday the 26th. So yesterday the UK did a big sort of applause for NHS workers at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to give a little shout out to that. I think that's a good little, in these sort of times, I think it's a good... I think another thing which is quite astounding, I think, is that within 24 hours, 500,000 people signed up to do the NHS volunteer work.
Which is amazing.
Which I think is absolutely amazing.
And that's actually helping the effort. That's actually reducing the amount of strain on the NHS.
And you know, I'm astounded by the amount of people that did sign up. I think that's a great
Yeah.
little thing.
Because it was 400,000 people in the first like 24 hours, wasn't it?
Something crazy, really good.
Yeah.
So, some of the bad news is that 181 people died of coronavirus in one day, which I believe was today. So obviously that's a big jump. So I'll give you the figures now. In the UK, I think the last time I mentioned it, which was day 1 or 2, I think, and we're on day 4, there was under 10,000 confirmed cases. That's jumped to 14,500 cases confirmed, which a lot. There are thousands and thousands of cases of people recovering. So that number's jumped to 14,500 cases, and that's 759 people have died from the coronavirus. So that's a massive jump since we spoke about it last, I think.
Yeah, but still nowhere near the figures that the Italians have. And yeah, that's a huge number, considering we only started to take the steps the Italians took maybe 1,000 cases before they took these steps as well. So we really aren't that far behind the Italians as it stands. So I think it really is a time for people to, and it pains me to say this with a Conservative government, take the government advice seriously and take social distancing and this, like the self-isolation and lockdown seriously.
Yeah, I think it's serious, for sure.
Who knows how it's going to play out.
Who knows? And tomorrow will be a different story. Well, it'll be the same story. We're still watching the same film. But for now, it's been a pleasure. I've been Hudson. I've been reporting on Eric's fucking bullshit. And I'll be back to report more tomorrow.
Because that's what the world needs right now.
Exactly.
Is a real concise dissection of perhaps one of the greatest skateboarding films that has ever hit the silver screen.